It is good to see everybody here. Hope you all doing well. Congratulations, guys. We have made it all the way to Thursday night, which means we're this much away from the weekend. Weekend's almost here, and we know this weekend's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a special one. This weekend is all about the Triple Mania. And of course, tomorrow, Friday Night SmackDown, Rampage, and all that NXT goodness. And tonight is all about that Impact goodness. Tonight, we're not only seeing the fallout from Rebellion, but we are seeing some Rebellion itself tonight, because we're gonna be getting a rematch between Josh Alexander and Moose for the Impact World title. That is the main event of Rebellion. We're going to be seeing its rematch here tonight. We're also going to be seeing the return of the Briscoe brothers to Impact Wrestling tonight. Honor No More are going to be taking on Motor City Machine Gun and Mike Bailey. And DK is taking on Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans. And WSK is taking on Bhupinder Gujjar. So tonight's episode is going to be one of the best, or one of the hottest episodes of the year so far from Impact Wrestling. I can see True is here. Good to see you, brother. Andy, brother, good to see you. Bobby, brother, good to see you. Renegade, brother, good to see you. Hope you're all doing well. It's so good to see the family here. I hope you're all as excited for Impact Wrestling as I am, because I really am super duper excited. And Renegade, check out your message, brother. Check out a DM if you want. I sent you a DM, right after the interview we were talking earlier. And I must tell you guys once again what I told Renegade. I recorded an interview today, which basically no interview has ever done it. It brought me into tears. It really did. I was so happy, so overjoyed from the interview that towards the end of the interview, I was literally almost in tears. And I didn't want that interview to be over. That interview was so good and so smooth, so good. And the stories that the guy was sharing were just out of the world. Like, you as a wrestling fan, I as a wrestling fan want to hear more and more and more. And this guy is a former NWA World Champion. He's a former two-time NWA Midwest Heavyweight Champion. He's a former NWA United States Champion. He is, I can go on and on when I talk about his titles. One of the titles that he's held for over about four years itself. So this guy is big. And he joins us on the Wrassingh show to talk about something that it's going to surprise a lot of people. He's going to be talking about, good stuff about wrestling, not so good stuff about wrestling. You talk about independent wrestling. You talk about the big leagues. You talk about the PCWs, the MLWs. You talk about the GCWs, all that stuff. He sits down and talks to us about all of that. So that interview is going to be coming out this Sunday. Usually I record interviews and they wait a little bit, they cook up a little bit, and then we release them the week after or 2 weeks after. This one, I'm putting other interviews on hold because this one needs to get out soon. It's that special of an interview. So I enjoy doing it, and I hope you all enjoy listening to it. And not even exaggerating it. It's such a special interview. I would say perhaps one of my favorite interviews that I've ever done. And Ricky, brother, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here, everyone. It's so good to see you, Mr. Singh. And it's time for Impact Wrestling. That's right, Ricky. And it's time for some violence. Because violence by design, we beat you right now in the ring still. Your Impact Tag Team Champions. And Renegade is playing 2K17. That's nice, brother. One of the last, wrestling 2K games before the 2K20 botch happened. Yeah, this one I believe had a Brock Lesnar on the cover. Yeah, that was a good game. I look forward to watching Marsh Rockett on NWA National Heavyweight Championship. Yep, should be good. Are you going to have an interview on Sunday before Triple Mania? That's right, brother. Before Triple Mania, we'll release that. I'll still look at the time and definitely I'm going to be releasing it before. I'll release it in the early hour of the Sunday, brother. Absolutely. And with that being said, let's listen in and let's see what these guys have to say.
And we ran through them all.
That's right.
We beat 7 of the best.
And True says, Eric Young says WWE cannot afford him now. Brother, I don't think that's true. But, Eric Young probably a bit delusional. I don't know what kind of money he's asking for, but I'm pretty sure it's not more than, the Cody Rhodes or, the Bray Wyatt. Not more than that. Wow. The fans are loud there. Look at that.
It's forever. And
Yeah.
if you're being honest, if you people are being honest,
But you know what? Guys like Eric Young, it seems like they put their wrestling success and their storylines above money. So you can show them the money, but if you don't, show them success and you don't show them interesting and compelling storylines, they wouldn't want to work for you. They have this old school mentality where they just don't want to take the money and sit down. They want to work and they want to work hard. And for the WWE and Eric Young, that's where the problem was. Yes, he was there, but again, the money wasn't there. And Chris, brother, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying Impact Wrestling so far, because look at that. And Violent by Design was just there, and now they're being interrupted, very rudely interrupted, by Rhino and Heath Slater. Let's see how this goes down. And Bobby says, I like the match between Vincent versus Crazy Steve on BTI. Yeah, that match sounded great, and I'm pretty sure must have gone very good, brother. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad to see Eric Young being happy again. Exactly, Andy. I remember Eric Young, the grumpy Eric Young. I remember the Eric Young who was lost, who seemed like he was out of place, who didn't want to be there at WrestleMania Access. That image of Eric Young still plays in my head when I think about his time at the WWE. He just did not look happy. So it's good to see him happy, and it's good to see him flourishing once again. It's more than absolutely true. I 100% agree, brother. It's more than money for him. 100%. Yeah.
so we have some unfinished business.
There you go. Rhino puts it out there. We have some unfinished business. Thank you. Good to see you. Hello. Eric Young enjoyed being NXT. Not yet. Absolutely, he did not. Yeah, it was terrible. His main roster thing, I don't even remember what it was. It was so terrible.
And I want those tag team titles.
Yeah, and Eric Young and his team might say that we went through 8 teams at Rebellion to retain those titles, but they never went through a team. They just went through one team. So who are we kidding? But anyways, they want the Heath Slater and Rhino now want a shot at the tag team titles. But look who's coming out here. Dem boys. The Briscoes are making their way out to the ring. Let's see how this goes down. And Drew says, Old Man Rhino. That's right, Old Man Rhino and Old Man Briscoes now making their way to the ring. And Briscoes, they dropped the titles. I mean, these people, they have been on a losing streak. You talk about ROH, Impact Wrestling, all over the place. I remember WrestleMania weekend was a terrible weekend for the Briscoes because they took all their momentum and they give it up. They give it all up at WrestleMania weekend. So hopefully they are here and they are here to win it this time. And it's good to see them opening the show. We talk about AEW opening their shows on a very high note. You talk about Impact Wrestling right now opening their show with the Briscoe brothers. It doesn't get any bigger than that. Also, okay, with the microphone. All right. Them boys in the house. That's right. I do enjoy watching NXT UK today, Bobby. Beautiful stuff, brother. I gotta do some catching up when it comes to NXT UK. The fans are making some noise. Look at that. That's good.
Hey, speaking of unfinished business,
That's right.
think them boys was gonna come back after the bull crap that happened at the multiverse, then y'all crazy as hell.
The multiverse pay-per-view, I still think it's so underestimated. It was a good pay-per-view, it was such a big deal, multiverse, but because of the timing and the way it went head-to-head against the Hall of Fame and whatnot, it just is not appreciated. But multiverse was a good pay-per-view for sure. AJ, if you want to get rid, wait a second, let's see. Where's the comment? AJ, if you want to get a great laugh, look up New Jack's promo on Rhino back in ECW. It was fabulous. That already sounds funny to me. I'll definitely look it up. And Kevin is here. Kevin says, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much, Kevin. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And Zia Brookside did great on NXT UK. Amazing.
I mean,
By the way, right now, the WWE is in the UK, and Bobby Lashley, he suffered a very embarrassing, or not his fault basically, but he suffered a bit of a botch, and he went flying through the ropes, and that's because the rope of the ring went flying through, opened up, and Bobby Lashley was thrown out of the ring. Yeah, I think he was taking an Irish whip into the ropes. That is when the rope gave up, opened up, flew open, and so did Lashley out of the ring.
Was to become the Impact Tag Team Champions of the world, baby.
There we go.
And I'll be damned if we gonna let that boys get in our way. You're not getting in our way. This is looking like a you problem, not an us.
It seems like we could be getting Rhino and Heath Slater versus the Briscoes tonight.
Many problems. We are the problem.
That's right.
So, why don't you four boys figure this out yourselves? And whoever's left standing,
Yep.
see you then.
Alright, so that's it, guys. Briscoes and Rhino and Heath Slater are going to be going on, 2-on-2. Where is Scott D'Amore when we need him? He should be here booking the match right here, right now. But I don't know if he's going to be out here. I don't know if we're opening with the show. It seems like we could be opening with this match. And this is pretty cool. And Gary says, hey, Gary, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. We're doing well. And we're just enjoying Briscoe Brothers as they open Impact Wrestling here tonight.
Oh, you two, but we want those titles.
That's right.
I'm damn sure you want them, but not as bad as us. So we're gonna kick your ass right here, right now. Are you fine?
Wow. Okay, so we're starting off big. The first match of the night is the Briscoes versus Rhino and Heath Slater. Somebody, if somebody would have told me 4 or 5 years ago that Heath Slater was going to be wrestling the Briscoes on Impact Wrestling or any promotion in the world, I would have laughed. Heath Slater for the WWE, Briscoe Brothers, no way, no chance. But it's happening. Hard work pays off and dreams come true. It's happening. The match is kicking off. Impact. The referee is in the ring trying to maintain some order. Beautiful stuff. Tasha Steelz got injured while taping for Impact. That's terrible, Andy. And we do know that Tasha Steelz is going to be having a match tonight. Now, if she's injured, I'm not too sure how big of an injury that is. I don't know if that's going to be, putting her on the shelf. But if it would, then that means she'd have to, give up on the title. She is the current champion, so she'd have to give it up on that. So that's terrible. I would like to see Fallon Henley. I would love that too, Bobby. I mean, she's great. With that being said, Rhino and Briscoes Briscoes are killing it, and Heath Slater and Rhino are in trouble right now, being thrown ringside. Rhino's down, Heath Slater down. Wow, what a beautiful dive right there from the ring onto the both of them. And the fans are loving it on their feet as we speak. And the Briscoes, them boys, are killing it right now as we speak here. So good. So good. And them boys are my picks at Andy. That's right, guys. Get your picks in. Who do you think is going to win the match? Oh my gosh. Crazy move of the top turnbuckle once again. Down to the ringside. Down to both Rhino and Heath. Why are they even trying right now? I guess we know that there's no way Briscoes are not winning this one. We already know that. AJ, who do you want to see wrestle against Fallon Henley on NXT UK? I'd like to see a fresh, new, upcoming face, brother, on NXT UK. Since now WWE is going to be going to the UK, I believe we're going to be seeing a few new recruits in the UK. That's what they usually do. They go to Saudi Arabia, they bring in some Saudi Arabian talent, new talent. I guess that's what's going to be going on in the UK as well. I think she banged her head. That's terrible. I hope she's okay. The Briscoes are my pick to win, says Bobby. True says it's gotta be the Briscoes, and I agree. It's gotta be the Briscoes. They're killing it right now. Heath Slater in trouble. What a beautiful headbutt right there to Heath Slater. He definitely looks super duper duper dazed, and now a double team move from the Briscoes to Heath Slater. Heath Slater wants to be out of here. If I was Heath Slater right now, I would want to be out of here for sure. Look at that beautiful suplex right there to Heath. Back first into the mat, going for the cover. 1-2 and a kick out from Heath Slater. He's still fighting on. And that's something that we can appreciate. Chris, I see you. Good to see you, everybody, once again. Now a big boot to the face of the Briscoe. Briscoe with a kick to the gut of Heath Slater. Should I just say Heath? And there you go. Double team move, little double team right there, executed one more time. A beautiful uppercut to Heat. And one more. Are we going to go for a third one? Maybe not. Two uppercuts right there too. Oh my gosh. Rhino doing the dirty work. He grabs the leg of the Briscoe as he was doing a little run up against the ropes right there and gets him down. So Rhino with some dirty work. So it goes on to show what the Impact Wrestling Tag Team Championships mean to these people, because we just saw them, right? We just saw Rhino doing the dirty work. Rhino, who's usually all about, I shouldn't be saying this is something that's very limited to one superstar, but I'll say it: hustle, loyalty, and respect. That's what Team Impact Wrestling. That's what Rhino and Heath are usually all about. Fair game, fair play. But here, Rhino pulled off some dirty moves, did some dirty work, dirty tricks, to win and to be the number one competitors to the Impact Wrestling tag titles. That's what the titles means to them. On NXT UK, Jordan Devlin versus Dragina. Oh, what's happening? I can't zoom into my... Alright, Dragina, that's right. For the NXT title, loser leaves NXT UK. It happens in 2 weeks. That's big, Andy. So in 2 weeks, we'll have to do an NXT UK watch-along. That sounds like a incredible match. A match that we cannot miss, so we'll have to do it. The Briscoes are my pick to win, says Chris. I love that. Nobody has said that Heat and Rhino is going to win, so I guess there's no chance in them winning it tonight. And Andy says, Bobby, I want to see Fallon versus... That would be nice. That would be nice. And my shirt looks better. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Renegade. I'm pretty sure it does. And I told you, you make the shirt look way better than I do. So, wow. But thanks for that. Renegade got it. I'm pretty sure. True. Did you get it as well? Did you get the shirt delivered? I mean, you should have by now, but let me know if you have. But I'm so glad that it got up to you guys. And once again, Wrestlemania Backlash is coming up. And this time, Wrestlemania Backlash also, just like every single time the WrestleNews World Prediction Championship is going to be in the line, this time at Wrestlemania Backlash, once again, we're going to be giving away not just the title, but also some prizes to the first and the second winners, because why not 2 winners when we can, right? So we're going to be having 2 winners, not 1. And the person who comes up first is going to be winning, of course, a gift card, and so will the second person. I will be revealing the gift cards very soon, but yeah, it's going to be good. And True says, I haven't opened the package yet. All right, but you've received it. That's the good news. All right, perfect. And right now we are in commercial, and I'm so happy, I'm so excited about tonight's show because it is that special. And I'm a big Moose fan. I think Moose is great. And tonight's show is about the rematch from Rebellion, the main event of Rebellion. We're going to be seeing that rematch. We're going to be seeing the Moose versus Josh Alexander. And that is one match that I'm so excited about. It's got to be good. It's got to be great. And with that being said, guys, just like I said previously, the interview that comes out this Sunday, I cannot wait for you all to see it. And I've done some interviews that I would say that I'm very, very proud of. But this one, I would say, one of my absolute favorite interviews. And I'm just not just saying it to say it. I really mean it. I hated it when the interview was about to get over. I'll tell you what, the interview about 1 hour and 20 minutes long. About 1 hour and 20 minutes long. And I didn't feel it. It felt like nothing. It felt like maybe 20 minutes of talk because of how good and informative it was. It really opens your perspective as a fan. As somebody who appreciates wrestling, this guy goes way back, way back to the 1977s. That's where his story started. And he goes way back, so I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy it. And I hope that you enjoy it, brothers. I want to see Fallon Henley versus Bayley. That's right, Chris. I love that. And speaking of Bayley, Mike Bailey, not the B-A-Y-L-E-Y, but the B-A-I-L-E-Y. Mike Bailey is going to be in action tonight, so we'll see how that goes. He's on top of his game, especially at Impact Wrestling. He's killing it. And hey, AJ, did you know the current Noah World Heavyweight Champion forfeited? Oh, that's terrible, Andy. That's terrible. I hope that he's okay, and if somebody had to forfeit their championship, that's not good news, but I hope that he's alright. And Renegade says, I've opened mine and wearing my shirt. Had 3 people today compliment. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you. Wow. You warm my heart, brother, with those comments. Thank you. Wow. I sometimes you guys really take me aback with the love that you show. Thank you so much, Renegade. Really appreciate it, brother. And I want to see Tiffany Stratton versus Kiana James. Oh yeah, Bobby. I say it all the time. You should be a booker. You book it so well. You book matches so well. And with that being said, they pulled off some dirty tricks right there, and that's what really turned the tables around. And as we see here, Rhino and Heath Slater are here having the upper hand. And Asia you're going to get your wish. Bailey is coming back as a face. Andy, I'm so happy because I've no problem with Bailey as a heel, but if you look across the board, there are so many badasses out there. I mean, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Sasha Banks, Naomi, you can go on and on, Carmella, all of these have an attitude, they all have a sass, they're all grumpy. Can I call them grumpy? Or should I just say they're all heels? I mean, they all have this kind of a vibe that they're badasses, right? Heel Bailey is just one of them if she comes back as a heel. If she comes back as a face, instantly stands out, colorful, happy to go, lucky, balloons, whatnot, it works out. And we've seen it in the past, it works out, so I'd like to see that for sure. And with that being said right now, Slater or Heath right now, poor guy. This guy just doesn't have a good luck. He was trying to get Briscoe for a headlock, and Briscoe really fought back here. Oh, wow. Heath right now is pulling on the hair of the Briscoe. That is terrible. That's uncalled for. And somehow the Briscoe was able to get out of his way and make the tag to his partner, to his brother. Right now we have both Rhino as well as Slater in the ring, and the Briscoe is going after both of them with the big and heavy chops to Slater and those big punches to Rhino's head right there. Briscoe is killing it, 2-on-1 situation, but he's just using it to his advantage. He's killing it right now. In the ring, Heath has been kicked out of the ring. Heath is out, and we only have both the Briscoes now and Rhino, and double shoulder tackle to Rhino right there, and he was gonna go for the cover, and Heath comes in just in the nick of time, breaking up that cover. Wow, and Briscoe puts Heath out once again. Now going after Rhino one more time. Let's see how this goes. Yep, he goes for the big. Oh wow, Heath gets out of the way from the corner. And now he has the match in control one more time. Look at that. All right, a very back and forth here. I used to be a booker for my friend's wrestling company back a few years ago. That's beautiful, Andy. I tell you, you guys, some of the wisest wrestling fans that I've ever met, ever come across, and it shows that you used to be a booker. It shows, brother. You're meant for it. You're made for it. You really are so good at booking matches. Both of you, and all of you, actually. I was happy to watch Von Wagner wrestle in NXT UK against Saxon Huxley. Von Wagner did great on UK. That's amazing, Bobby. And the trade-offs between NXT and NXT UK, thumbs up. Thumbs up from me. Because that's what we need to bring more eyes to the product. And look at that beautiful dive off the turnbuckle onto Rhino, and Rhino couldn't kick out. With that being said, you guys were all right. We were all right. We all predicted it correctly. With that being said, the Briscoes pick up the win. Look at that. The arms raised up in victory. The Briscoes are your number one competitors, number one contenders to the Impact Wrestling Tag Team Championship, which currently is held by Violent by Design. So we're going to be seeing the Briscoes versus We by D, and that's going to be happening soon. I believe the next pay-per-view. Cannot wait. It's going to be great. And Andy with the 1-0. Beautiful stuff, Andy. Beautiful stuff. All right, look at that. Amazing. And Bobby, you want to know, brother? Beautiful score right there. Everybody is a 1-0. Renegade is, True is, Chris is, myself, everybody a 1-0. Beautiful. And Ricky is here. Ricky says, hey, brother, good to see you. AJ, you saw social media, 1WWE. That's right. I did see that. I did mention that early on. That happened. Bobby Lashley, he fell off. He flew off the ring. Poor guy. He went into the rope, and the ropes just ripped off, and he went flying outside to the ringside. So that's gotta hurt. Freak accidents like that, even though they might sound funny and whatnot, they can be very serious. And I'm glad that Bobby's okay, because the rope just ripping apart and stuff like that, it might sound funny, might look funny. It's not when you're in the receiving end of that rope. It's not. So I'm glad that Lashley is safe and he's okay, and the rope probably will be fixed. And it's not easy to get the rope tied in. It's gotta make sure there's a lot of tension on the ropes, to be able to do all the stuff that you can do, off the rope, the springboard dives, the Irish rips, the run-ups. Yeah, that's right, Ricky, you're right. I mean, I don't know if WWE's going to be very understanding, but because if it's a rookie mistake, you don't know. A lot of times they asked the crew members, or they asked one of the rising stars, not stars, but rather the rising athletes to set up the ring, the rope. So could be that case here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if there are some repercussions. We'll probably never get to know, but there could be repercussions. Speaking of repercussions, Moose right now is backstage.
I know you have a soft spot for Josh, but don't forget, I just gave you the best damn match this company has ever had.
The best damn match?
I just gave you a match that the whole wrestling world is saying is a match of the year candidate. And this is how I get repaid.
Look, Moose, I'm not going to sit here and say that I wouldn't rather spend time with Josh than you. But let's look at the last 6 months, Moose. Well, you were world champion. I never got in your way. I let you do your thing. I let you prove your worth, and you did. And I think you're looking at all this wrong. You call yourself a wrestling god. You went out there, you set the wrestling world ablaze. You did that. I'm giving you an opportunity to do what you say you do all the time. Be the best.
That's right.
Give you an opportunity to get your title back.
Yeah.
The winner of this main event tonight is going to be at Under Siege against a hand-picked opponent. And I just assume that you'd want to be in that spotlight.
Scott.
Wait.
Who's next?
Wait a second. All right. So now I'm intrigued. And by the way, I can see Bobby says that Von Wagner cut a promo next to UK. Beautiful. And true Renegade 1-0. Beautiful stuff, guys. Invincible score. Now I'm intrigued. So whoever wins tonight, let it be Moose. By the way, Scott D'Amore is so done. I mean, Scott D'Amore is the happiest guy behind in the backstage. But when it comes to Moose, he gets overwhelmed. Poor Scott D'Amore, poor guy. Alright, anyways, whoever wins the match tonight between Moose and Josh Alexander, whoever is crowned the Impact Wrestling World Champion tonight, is going to be fighting a hand-picked opponent at Impact Wrestling's Under Siege pay-per-view. So who is it going to be? What do they have in store for us? Lots of questions, really. I mean, what's going to happen? Who's going to be that hand-picked opponent? Could it be a newcomer? Could it be somebody who's already there in the ring? Who's already there in the company? Who could it be, guys? Any predictions? Who could be that mystery opponent who will be fighting for the Impact World Wrestling Championship at Impact's Under Siege pay-per-view? Let me know. And Andy says, I always remember when Sid Vicious jumped off the top rope and shattered his leg. That's right, Andy. That just goes on to prove that little spots like that, right? I mean, diving off the ring, jumping off the top rope. Sometimes, and a lot of times now, by the way, it looks very, very easy, but really, it's not. And I was talking to this guy about, the new style of wrestling where there's a lot of athleticism and whatnot. And he gives us, this guy is old school, guys. This guy comes back from the days of the Harley race, with the legendary Harley race and all the legends, Dusty Rhodes and whatnot. He comes from that era. So when he looks at today's wrestling, he had a very, very interesting thing to say. He talks about what people now call as pro wrestling. He talks about what people now call as sports entertainment, and how they say that there's a bridge, there's a gap, the divide between the two. He gives us a very interesting look at these two sides or worlds of wrestling, and compares them for us, and also tells us what would be a peaceful and the right way to wrestle. Not fighting. If it's pro wrestling, if it's sports entertainment, not fighting over it, but finding a ground, which I'm not going to say a middle ground, but a ground which would actually be the correct way of wrestling, the old school way of wrestling. So I'm not going to spoil a lot here. It's a very insightful interview, and I would hate to spoil it right now. It should be coming from the man himself, and that's why, when the interview comes out on Sunday, I hope you guys enjoy it. And my prediction is Tomohiro Ishii. Bobby, that's a big one, brother. Ishii's all over the place right now. We know that he's going to be having a match at NJPW. We know that he had a match against Jonah. And Jonah, he defeated him this past Saturday, I believe, at the Impact Wrestling Rebellion pay-per-view. So, Ishii, actually, Bobby, you make a lot of sense, brother. You're very good at predictions. Ishii could be going after the World Championship. It would make a lot of sense for that to happen. So, what do you guys think? Ishii versus Moose? Ishii versus Josh Alexander? That sounds fantastic to me, Bobby. Good stuff. Yeah, let's see how this goes down. But Ishii is a very good name. I mean, there has to be a reason why Ishii won against Jonah at the first place. So I guess this could be the reason. And with that being said, we are now headed back to Impact Wrestling, back from commercial. Let's see how this goes down. I want to see Cora Jade versus Bayley. Chris, absolutely agree with you. That would be one hell of a match. Cora Jade is going to be such a big star in the future that it's not even funny. It's going to be huge for Cora Jade, and her versus Bayley. It's got to be big. Oh, we're back to Impact Wrestling. Some vignettes. We see some X-ray scans. Big Cass. Okay. Or W. Morrissey. E.G. Wee. That's right. Who is this E.G. Wee, though? Wait. Alright, we see 011011. So that's binary language. That's a computer language. 0101. So that's binary. I'm not too sure what the meaning of that is. But we just saw W. Morrissey being wiped off. We saw Diana Perrazzo being wiped off. We saw the 0101. Not too sure. EGW is coming soon, but what is EGW all about? What's that vignette all about? That's going to be interesting. And Andy says that's going to be Sami Callihan. Yep, interesting. And with that being said, we are now entering our match with Bhupinder Gujjar and VSK. VSK is making his way to the ring. He's going to be taking on Bhupinder Gujjar here. Let's see how this goes down. I agree, Bobby. I was about the same guy. Ishii would make a lot of sense. And Sami here makes sense, brother. You guys are right. And I want to see Lashley versus Cora Jade. It would be a nice match, Bobby. I think we could be seeing it 100%. We could be seeing that in the near future. And look at the pride of India. The guy who's here to represent India on a big scale, on a big platform. He's coming out here. Look at that. Look at him. Yeah, look at him go. When we did the interview together, I asked him, why don't you want to join Rhadsingh and the club? Why don't you want to join, form an alliance with Shera? Why do you want to be this lone horse and, push the people away who actually want to help you out and work with you? He says, because I don't want to cheat. I want to play fair. I want to go down as a fair competitor. I want to fight for myself. For the pride of my country. I'm here to represent India. And that's what he's here for. And he's got to be a good guy. He's basically saying that he's got to be the John Cena of Impact Wrestling. He's got to be the good guy, and he's got to be representing India in the best fashion possible. So we'll see how this goes down. I guess no heel turn coming for Bhupinder Gujjar, at least in the near future. And Bobby says I picked Bhupinder Gujjar. Love that. True says it's got to be Gujjar. That's amazing. And my prediction is we will see Shera show up after. I think so too, Bobby. Think so too. I mean, Shera is there for a reason, right? I asked Bhupinder, what do you think about Shera? He's here. Do you think he's going to be crossing paths with you? Maybe he wants to form an alliance? Or do you think he's some other plans? And he said, you know what? I think he's got some other plans. So we'll see how that goes. And Mustafa is here. Wow. I'm sorry about that, brother. That is horrible. It's terrible. But, the good news is that you're safe and you're sound. And I hope you get better soon, brother. You take care. It's terrible. And Clay says, what is up, AJ? There's a picture of Bayley. Clay, speaking of Bayley is going to be wrestling here tonight. Later tonight, Mike Bailey is going to be in action. So make sure to stay tuned. And if you already haven't tuned in, make sure to tune in to Impact Wrestling because Mike Bailey is going to be in action. With that being said, Bhupinder Gujjar just rolls his opponent VSK right into the ring. And he smartly makes his way out of the ring once again. Yep, on the apron right now. Well, and just using the ropes to his advantage, kind of catches Bhupinder Gujjar off guard. And now with the big DDT, Bhupinder Gujjar down, going for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Kick out from VSK right there. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. And we can see that Bhupinder Gujjar is in some trouble here. Yep, this isn't good news for Gujjar. He definitely looks like he's in a bit of trouble. Yep, sweet stuff. He's got the match in control. VSK's got the match in control right now. Let's see how long is he going to be able to keep the momentum up and how long is he able to keep Bhupinder Gujjar down. Gujjar right there with a big strike to the head. of VSK, but still that doesn't work out. He'll need more than that if he wants to be in control, because Bhupinder Gujjar is still on the receiving end of the offense here. Look at that. Maybe we'll see Bhupinder Gujjar versus Shera at Impact Wrestling Under Siege. Could be. But you know, it's been a very interesting, a very slow build-up for Bhupinder Gujjar. Very slow and steady. So I guess, you know, Under Siege, it could happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if they actually tried to stretch it out a little bit more and give us that match later on. We'll see how that goes down. Mustafa, I'm glad that you're feeling better, brother. You take care. And VSK looks like Eddie. That's right, he really does. It's true, he does. If he got rid of the hair, you know, maybe got a new hairstyle, maybe got hairstyles similar to Eddie, I think he would just look like a spitting image for Eddie right there, brother. You're right. And the funny part is both of them are actually with the same company, so there's an opportunity to have a little match right there. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Very unexpected wrestler just reached out. So, okay, that's interesting. Right now we can see Bhupinder Gujjar is slowly trying to turn the tables around, trying to get back in control of the match, and he is. Look at that beautiful knee strike to the face of VSK, and VSK is now dazed. I don't know if there's any coming back here. Look at that. And he gets VSK down one more time. Bhupinder Gujjar is on top of his game here. Yep, he is going crazy. Look at that, guys. That's nice. That's great. And Bhupinder Gujjar is on fire. Yep. VSK is in trouble once again. I would like to see VSK have more matches in NWA. Yep, for sure. I would like that too. And Mustafa, we're all praying for you, brother. You take care, man. You take care. Get some rest. And with that being said, VSK cannot believe that it's not over yet. Let's see what's going to be happening. Okay, Bhupinder Gujjar catches him mid-air, gets him on top of his shoulder, and gets him down. There we go, flat on the mat. Back first, and VSK is in a hell lot of pain here. Bhupinder Gujjar realizes his opportunity. I don't know if he's looking to fly, but it certainly does look like this guy is looking to fly. He climbs the second rope. Okay, interestingly, the second rope of the ring. He's waiting for VSK to get up, and as VSK, beautiful spear from the second rope. A spear from the second rope. He goes for the cover, 1, 2, and 3. With that being said, Bhupinder Gujjar from India picks up the win here for his country, for himself. Good for Bhupinder. And with that being said, the next guest on the Rrassingh show, Rrassingh, is now coming out. He's making his way down the ramp along with Shera. Now this is what Bobby said. Bobby predicted early on that Shera will be showing up at the end of the match, and that's what's happened here. Rrassingh, who is the next guest on the Rrassingh show, is appearing here with Shera. And we're having a little face-to-face between Rrassingh and Bhupinder Gujjar. Interesting. And Shera is such a monster. Look at this guy. I mean, I could easily see... Shera is like the Brian Cage of Impact Wrestling. He's so good, but still so underutilized. Really underutilized. Now, face-to-face between Gujjar and Shera right there. Shera not too happy with Bhupinder Gujjar's attitude, and he's going after VSK one more time. Yeah, just making him job out here. And VSK is acting like a pure jobber. That's terrible. Well, an attitude adjustment from Shera to VSK, just trying to prove his dominance. Bhupinder Gujjar, Shera squaring off. Rrassingh trying to make peace between them, trying to somehow maintain peace, maintain order, trying to stop them from fighting, ripping each other apart. Look at that. Shera and Bhupinder Gujjar are angry and they're going after each other. Rrassingh, I don't know why he even came out here. Wow. But a message has been sent that Shera and Bhupinder are not on the same page. Something big's gonna happen. It's gonna go down between the two. We'll see how that goes. And 2-0, true, beautiful stuff. Mustafa, what did you miss from Impact? It's been a good show. You missed the Briscoes' appearance, their match. They took on Heath Slater and Rhino, and they won that match, brother. And Ricky says, okay, Jay, watch NFL Draft. I see. NFL Draft going on tonight. Alright, Ricky, have fun. AJ should interview Juicy for now. Would love that, brother. Gotta write that name down as well, and we'll definitely try to reach out. Sweet stuff. Let's see how this goes. And we're hearing right from the X Division champion.
He'll be met with a fold. And I will continue to make history as this X Division champion.
Oh, congratulations, champion. Congrats on making history. You know, the Best of Super Juniors coming up, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of Super Juniors coming up, and a champion of your caliber. I think I could put in a word for you. Maybe you can get a
Okay.
spot in there. What do you think?
Best of Super Juniors? Yeah. You know what? That doesn't sound like a half
All right,
bad
look
idea.
at that.
I think
So-
I'm gonna take you up on that, but first, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor and get off my set. This is my first interview as the X Division champion, and as
So this guy, our X Division champion, has been invited to NJPW Best of Super Junior, and he has very gracefully accepted that invitation. Interesting.
I too am an X Division competitor, and you're the greatest champion alive. Somebody like Trey Miguel, who was a great champion. Why don't you put up that championship next week against me?
Interesting.
that sounds like a great matchup. It does, but you know, the champion doesn't make the matches. You know, there's a line. You're gonna have to get in line.
Well, it just so happens that a good buddy of mine, Mr. Scott Demore, your boss, I know him pretty well, and I think he could probably make that work. Let me
Okay,
talk to
we're
him.
gonna be getting, it's for sure, we're gonna be getting the X Division Championship match next week.
Well, with that, I'm gonna step out. Thank you, Gene.
All right, we're gonna be. Oh, Mike Bailey here. Look at that.
Congratulations on that new belt.
Yeah.
I thought we were friends.
Wow.
If I lost, I'll be a man and I'll admit it. I'll take my loss every night.
Well, with that being said, one thing's for sure, we're going to be seeing our X Division champion at the NJPW the Super Juniors event, which is going to be happening, and also we're going to be seeing him defend his X Division championship, putting it on the line next week. And we also know that him and Mike Bailey are no longer on the same page. There's some tension going on between the two, so we take three things away right there. Three things away. One, he is going to the NJPW, the Super, the Junior, whole series, and we're going to be seeing him defend his X Division title next week. And apart from that, we're going to be seeing something between himself and Mike Bailey in the future as well. AJ, who do you say is the greatest X Division champion? You know, I would say there have been a lot of X Division champions who have been really on top of the game, have done a fantastic job with the championship, and I want to say perhaps Josh Alexander was a good champion, but the fact that he gave up on the X Division title to go after the world title makes me also wonder, maybe he was a good champion, but not the proudest champion. Maybe, I understand world title dreams are world title dreams, but I don't know if I respect the fact that he forfeited his title because he wanted to get another title. So I can't respect that, so I'm not going to say Josh Alexander. I'm probably going to say Trey Miguel really did a good job, was champion for a long time, and his whole reign was very graceful, very nice. I loved it. And Mustafa, you're made of steel, man. Made of steel. Yep, absolutely. And Bobby says, AJ, who do you want to see wrestle on NWA Power? NWA Power, of course, we're going to be doing the watch-alongs and whatnot for it. But Power Trip coming up, Bobby. Power Trip is coming up. And I'm looking forward to that event. I'm pretty sure you are as well, brother. It's going to be a fun time watching that show. And when it comes to Power, I'm always looking forward to the Gimp wrestling. Gimp is one of the very best out there. So entertaining. I look forward to him wrestling. I want to see the likes of JTG, Fandango. I want to see, of course, May Valentine and so many others on the show. And Daniels, Joe Styles, Aries, Sabin. That's right. Those are some good names. True. That's right. Especially Aries did a good job. Aries, keeping aside all the controversy and all the bad stuff that he said and done, Aries, a good wrestler. We can agree on that. And mine is AJ Styles. There you go. Frankie Kazarian, Chris Sabin. Love that. If you look at Andy's list and True's list, you can see AJ Styles in common, Chris Sabin in common. Amazing. Good stuff, guys. Great stuff. And with that being said, we are still on commercial. And I must say, guys, I'm having a great time here. This is a good show. And wow. Okay. So we're almost done with like 45 minutes of the show, which is unbelievable. It seems like we're just getting started. The fun's just getting started here, and we've got a very good match card still to come. Of course, we have seen the VSK versus Goodger match, but still to come is DK versus Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans. Still to come is Honor No More versus Motor City Machine Gun and Mike Bailey. And there's a lot of stuff to come. And of course, the main event, it's got to be Josh Alexander versus Moose for the Impact World title. You see how this all goes down. And AJ, do you have Instagram, brother? We do. I'm not active on social media myself. Like, I don't have a private profile. I'm like the least social media guy you'll ever see. I'm the least social media guy, but we do have an Instagram for the whole channel, for the whole page, the site. Wrestling News is the name, brother. And Bobby says, AJ, maybe NWA still have matches left from Nashville. Maybe, brother. And with that being said, look at that. Who is here? Steve Macklin, the fiance, the partner of Deonna Purrazzo, is here, and he's got something to get off his chest, it seems.
Foot in this company, I have done nothing but stack bodies. And that body count keeps rising. I've done it with Team Impact, and now I've recently proven it in the legend in Chris Sabin.
That's right.
The so-called catalyst in Jay White at Rebellion.
That's right. He did it at Rebellion. He did perform so well against Jay White and Chris Sabin. Did a great job. Did it to Team Impact as well. He's been on fire ever since he's been here. If you look at his WWE run, it's forgotten. Nobody cares. Nobody knows. Nobody remembers. Impact run, so good. Steve Macklin on fire without a shadow of a doubt. That was a nice little promo right there from Steve Macklin. With that being said, we're back to the ring, and it's time for No Honor. That's right, it's time for Honor No More, and they're all coming out. The party is alive, and they're making their way to the ring. Look at Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis, though, looking good right there, looking fresh. By the way, guys, if you remember the whole storyline, the very weird storyline where Maria Kanellis was the first ever and the only till date pregnant 24/7 champion, that may or may not have been a punishment because Maria Kanellis was actually pregnant, and the WWE did not like that. We're not happy with her pregnancy, so that whole storyline may or may not have been a punishment. I did the interview with Maria, and I asked her those hard-hitting questions, and she answered those hard-hitting questions. So if you have not checked out my interview with Maria Kanellis yet, definitely should, because really, she goes out there and talks about every little thing, talks about the very less talk about stuff, including her pregnancy, her WWE's reaction to her pregnancy, if they felt like she was lying about it, if they felt like they hid their pregnancy while re-signing with the company, all that stuff. Check it out, brother. And I would like to see Josh Alexander versus Steve Macklin. I think, Bobby, we're slowly inching to that match. I think so. But be nice. Thank you, and Stafford, brother. You take care. And True says, didn't know Macklin was in WWE. He was. It's long forgotten, brother. It's long forgotten. That's the sad part about it. And with that being said, look at Mike Bailey now coming out, looking good. Look at the big smile on his face. It's good to see Mike Bailey. Yeah. He's great. This guy is so likable. I mean, it's hard not to like Mike Bailey. He's great. Fantastic. And let's see what else do we have going on here. They're making their way to the ring right now as we speak. Yep. So, if you remember the faction, there was this faction which was known as the Forgotten Sons. And that is a faction that Steve Macklin was actually a part of. And that's why I said he's long forgotten, because really, the Forgotten Sons are long forgotten. And back then, he had long hair, a different look. I believe he also had a beard. So yeah, he definitely looked different at that time. Honor No More is my pick to win. Beautiful stuff, Bobby. I think Honor No More is an interesting pick, but if you look across the board, you look at Mike Bailey, you look at Machine Gun, and I think Motor City Machine Guns and Mike Bailey are going to pick up the win here. I'm not going to go with Honor No More. But let me know what you guys think. And Mike Macklin is a beast indeed. That's right. Run DMG, brother, by the way. Good to see you. And when I spoke with Deonna Purrazzo, and she was so happy. She said, when you've seen him with the previous employers, and, he was like a beast in cage. He was in cage. He was not allowed to go out there. He was not given a platform and an opportunity to prove himself. Now at Impact Wrestling, the beast is uncaged. I mean, he can go out there and he's got to prove to the world why he's the best. So Deanna was super excited when talking about Steve Maclin, and we can see why. Because he is so talented and he's really taken by the company by storm here. WWE mad because she was pregnant. No one ever said that WWE wasn't petty. That's right, true. And when I asked her that question, I kind of regretted it because I made the poor lady, shed some tears. It was a very emotional interview. Very interesting and emotional interview. Check it out if you haven't already. And who's Honor No More Wrestling? Honor No More Wrestling, Motor City Machine Guns brother, along with Mike Bailey. I enjoyed watching the Forgotten Sons. They were definitely a very interesting concept, but of course, like every other concept, the WWE, they just didn't know what they were doing, and they messed it up. And right now, as you can see, wow, the referee doing a pathetic job at enforcing the rules. As we can see, not one, not two, but three people. Well, it's down to two now, but we could literally see three people taking on one Mike Bailey. And, it's terrible. The referee doing is not a very good job in maintaining order, enforcing the rules here, because Mike Bailey is taking on the entire Honor No More by himself, and he's doing a great job at that. I mean, Mike Bailey is on fire here. Motor City Machine adds my pick to win. Love that. Guns to win says true. Okay. Love that, brother. Love that. I think so, too. It's got to be Guns. It's got to be Bailey. Bailey's so good, by the way. Once again, I will say that he really, really, really reminds me of the Cobra Kai series. Really, such a good series, and Mike Bailey just so good. Yeah, he's money. I would like to see Thea Hale on NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. That's right. Can't wait for that NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. It's got to be a very good one. So excited, so ready for it. And with that being said, we are back to commercial. Back to commercial we go. And we're slowly entering the second hour of the show. The first hour, pretty good so far. The second hour, it's got to be even better. Well, good stuff here so far, guys. Good stuff for sure. And we are approaching the weekend, and just like I said, we got some big plans. I've got a lot more content that's planned, that's done, that's going to be coming out here to this channel every single day. More than just the watch-alongs, more than just the news. We've got a lot of more content. As James Storm retired, I'm not too sure about that, true. I think it's very on and off with them, but I do believe that at least for now he has hung up his boots. That's what I believe, but I don't know. With James Storm, it's never say never kind of situation, but I do think that he is, hung up his boots. I do think so for now. And still, guys, I would like for you to take a look at the commercials, because we know we joke about it all the time. As the hours roll on and we enter that 10 p.m. slot, the commercials get raunchier at Impact Wrestling here. And right now I can see the Red Bull commercial, which is all nice and sweet. Yep, good stuff. And once again, I'm so happy to see that you guys have received the T-shirts, and you guys are, looking good in those T-shirts and making those T-shirts look good, actually. So good, so rewarding. And I hope, let's see who wins the next time, because WrestleMania Backlash, let's see who is able to win or maybe retain that world title. Is Andy going to be retaining it? Is somebody else going to be winning it? Because we know that the winner is going to be getting the title and a gift card. So we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to watching Brady Pierce wrestling on NWA pretty soon. That's nice, brother. Yep, looking forward to that as well. And with that being said, still on commercial. And, a few months ago, 4, 5, 7 months ago, the commercials never used to be so long and elaborated for Impact Wrestling. The commercials were very brief, perhaps 2 minutes commercials. Now, they are going all out for the commercials because they are getting all the commercial money. Good for them. Good for them. Still on commercial right now. Comwave commercial right now. Some cable and television. Sweet stuff, I guess. Alright. Good stuff. And tomorrow we're looking at a very good Rampage. We're looking at perhaps a good SmackDown and Level Up. We'll see how this goes, but Fridays are different animal altogether. We not only watch 1, but we watch 2 and 3 shows, sometimes even 4. And this weekend we're going to be doing the Triple Mania, which along some super duper excited. Now, the one thing about GCW that I'm sick and tired of is that they like to run and they like to have their shows go head-to-head against one of the more popular shows out there. You know, no matter you talk about local wrestling, you talk about territories, or you talk about national wrestling, global, wrestling, they like to go head-to-head against all these shows, and that's what they're doing even this weekend against Triple Mania. They're having a show of their own, which I don't appreciate. I feel like a lot more people are going to be tuning into Triple Mania than GCW, but I don't appreciate this business strategy. I understand that GCW is on fire and people like watching and they like what they offer, which is a lot of death matches and whatnot. But again, don't go head to head when you can actually book your shows in the following week or so. Don't go head to head. With that being said, we are now back from commercial. It was a long and stretch out commercial, but we're finally back. And Bobby says, I'm looking forward to watching Bradley Pierce. And wait, we're back. And actually, Mike Bailey perhaps in some trouble here. Some trouble. AJ, who do you want to see wrestle on the Best of Super Juniors? That's a good question, Bobby. And I just spoke about him earlier. I mean, we know that the X Division champion, our new champion, has been invited to the Best of Super Juniors. But I'd like to see Trey on there. I don't know if he'll be able to. I'm probably pretty sure we will not. But that's one name that I'd like to see it. Thank you, Mustafa, for the love. Thank you for that, brother. And with that being said, right now, Eddie is going after Mike. Mike trying to turn it around. Eddie trying to, roll it up into a roll-up pin right there. Mike Bailey with the big knees to the gut of Eddie. Eddie is in pain. Mike Bailey is trying to somehow get to his team, trying to somehow make that tag. Let's see how this goes down. And you know what? True said it earlier. He said that VSK looks so similar to Eddie. And you look at it right now, it really does. It seems like this is VSK. He got rid of... It's like Ezekiel and Elias kind of situation. I don't know if they're brothers. I don't know what's happening. But I've got a feeling this is Ezekiel versus Elias kind of situation here with VSK and Eddie. Very less spoken now, but that's a very good pick right there, True. Look at that. Going after Eddie right now. Bobby says, I would like to see Ace Austin. Ace Austin is a good name. Good stuff, brother. And Team Honor No More wreaking havoc once again, and the referee can do nothing about it. No rules are being, honored. And that's what Team Honor No More is all about here. We're seeing a handicap kind of match kind of situation right here. And that's okay because the referee doesn't seem to care enough. Yeah, handicap kind of situation going on from Honor No More. And also, they're returning the favor. The Motor City Machine Guns returning the favor right here. And they are suddenly in control of this match. It's no longer a tag team match anymore. It's a brawl. It's a brawl. We have like 5 people in the ring at the same time. And when you have more than 4 people in the ring at the same damn time, you better believe it's a brawl. And that's what's happening right now. Yeah, this is not a tag team match anymore. Come on. But I'm pretty sure Mike Bailey has got to get the hot tag. He's got to get in and he's got to pick up the win for his team. I think that's where we're headed here with this one. Let's see how this goes. And Maria Kanellis looking concerned as she watches on from the ringside. And Mike Bailey, alright, it's come down to Mike Bailey and Mike Bennett. Mike versus Mike. With those big and heavy chops to the chest. You know what? I appreciate Chopamania. I appreciate that. But after seeing that chop fight between Samoa Joe and Suzuki, I don't think that there's been any, or they care. It's going to be very easy for anybody to top that. That chop fest, that Chopamania between Joe and Suzuki was beautiful and brutal. And right now, as we can see, one of the mics getting the upper hand. Mike Bailey in control. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move right there executed from Mike Bailey. It was almost a 3 count, but Team Honor No More with the save right there, and the match is still going on. Once again, we have a handicap situation in the ring right now. Terrible, the referee can do nothing about it. What happened to counting down to 5, referee? What happened to that? Come on. Look at, there's 5 people in the ring one more time here. And the referee is just chilling. He's liking what he's seeing. Not bothered to count down till 5. This is not a no DQ match. Are you kidding me, referee? You kidding me right now? Alright, so True says the new season of NJPW starts tonight. Interesting, okay. Let's see. And AJ Wyndham returned out getting married to JoJo, who he has been with. Finally getting married. Good for them. And with that being said, wow. Dives to the outside. Mike Bailey again with a beautiful springboard right there to the outside to Mike Bennett. Mike versus Mike still going on with Mike Bailey. still having the upper hand. That was a beautiful springboard dive, by the way, off the rope down to the ringside, beautifully executed, and Mike Bennett took it like a champion as well. And we can see the Motor City Machine Guns and Mike Bailey on fire, and he rolls Mike Bennett into the ring. And let's see how this goes down. Alright, now we're seeing 3-on-1 situation going on against Mike Bennett. What a beautiful reverse kick right there. Spinning kick right there from Mike Bailey to Mike Bennett. Beautiful stuff. And now Team Honor No More trying to do the dirty work once again. And with the save, Maria Kanellis also trying to distract the referee with the save one more time. Team Honor No More trying all their dirty moves. It's not working out though, because Mike Bailey is on top. Oh my gosh, now with a big kick to the head of Mike Bailey. And he's kind of dazed as he sits right there on top of the turnbuckle. And Drew says it will be hard to compete with that chop fest. That's right. What happened to Fuller? Absolutely true. That chop fest, it makes my chest hurt as I think about it. They went all red. The bruised was incredible. And right there, Mike Bailey is still on the top turnbuckle. Eddie realizes that. He gets Mike Bailey in position. Once again, we have not one, not two, three people. Are you kidding me? Of Team Honor No More in the ring at the same time. They all super kick Mike Bailey at the same time. And a brutal super kick right to the face of him as he was, up 90 degrees on Eddie's shoulders. And it's terrible. And that's how Team Honor No More win. What was the referee doing? Was the referee paid for by Team Honor No More? Was he in on all of this? Because he didn't seem to be bothered by the fact that everybody, it was a handicap match. It was a brawl. It was an on-attack team match. And the referee did nothing to stop that brawl. So what an awful officiating from the referee there. I would like to see Chris Bay would be interesting, Bobby. I like that. Absolutely. I would like to see Mike Bailey. I mean, would he be eligible? I'd like that. 2-1. That's right, Andy. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm more disappointed in the referee than anything else, because the referee, what a letdown. What a poor officiating from the referee right there. And once again, I say it all the time. When the night's good, when the wrestling is good, my throat starts to give out. And you know when my throat starts to give out? Lemon tea with honey to the rescue. It's hot. Wow. Alright. With that being said, Team Honor No More still in the ring celebrating. And guys, I might be getting a new pair of sunglasses. And that's because when I do these watch-alongs with all of you, and I smile big because you make me smile, because the wrestling makes me smile. Wait a second, what's going on here? Wait. Hold up here. Hold up. Okay, the Good Brothers, the Bullet Club, is there on the stage right now. They're staring down at Team Honor No More. So I guess we're going to be getting that inevitable match. A match that we all have been wanting to see. Bullet Club versus Team Honor No More. Look at that. They are brawling. If that match was not brawl enough for you, they're brawling right now ringside. And Bullet Club with the upper hand. And Andy 2-1. Bobby 3-0. True 2-1. Beautiful stuff. Bobby on fire here. And Bullet Club is on fire. Yep, they are the ones on fire, actually. Doing good. Good for them right now. Look at that. Team Honor No More in trouble. Big trouble. Get them down. Wow, sweet stuff. Bullet Club showing everybody who runs this place. Which faction is the faction. Yep. And Team Honor No More, they're retreating slowly to the backstage. They're not happy with how the night ended for them. And Bullet Club in the middle of the ring, just showing pure dominance. Maria cannot believe it. Her former best friends, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, she cannot believe what's just happened. And just like I was saying, guys, because of, by the way, Josh Alexander in a backstage interview right now. So because of my cheeks and my smiles, and because of the glasses, I'm literally getting bruised here, on my cheek because of the big glasses. So I'll have to go to the market for a new pair of sunglasses. So we'll see how that goes. But you'll be surprised. I could be coming with something entirely new, a new look here for myself and the glasses. We'll see how that goes. Bailey and the Guns make a good, they really do, I absolutely agree. They really work well together, and Bailey looks happy doing that. And Josh Alexander, the champion, the new Impact World Champion, looking happy.
My advantage. Well, Moose, you got 5 days. You get your rematch tonight. And it's time to shut you up for good.
Well, we know that the winner of tonight's match
That's right.
have a big challenge ahead of them. How are you feeling about Scott D'Amore having a hand-picked opponent to challenge for the Impact World Championship at Under Siege?
That's right. That's a good question.
I'll be ready to face.
And Josh says, I'll be ready. Whoever is coming at me at Under Siege, I'll be ready. And if you look at Josh Alexander, he's done the unthinkable. He's defeated somebody who we had no idea who even knows how to get defeated. He defeated Moose, and that's a big statement. So I'm pretty sure he's excited, he's ready. And look who's coming out here. Taya is coming out here, and she looks happy. Your new AAA Reina de Reinas champion, and she is making her way down the ramp, looking good as she does. And here's the thing, guys. I mean, Taya, we know that she's on fire for sure, but you gotta feel bad for Deonna Purrazzo. From being a champ to now being only a champ, and now possibly, when she makes her AEW Dynamite debut, she could be dropping that one title that she still has left on her shoulder, and she could be dropping it on AEW Dynamite. So it's gotta be heartbreaking. From champ to no champ at all could be next for Deonna Purrazzo. And Taya looking happy. I didn't expect to see her here tonight, so it's good to see that. Good to see that she's here. I would like to see Carmella wrestle again on AEW Dark. That'd be nice for sure. Bullet Club for life. Who wants TNA versus WWE versus AEW? That'd be interesting stuff for sure. And that's right, Bobby. I see those big eyes. Taya in the ring. Let's see how this goes. That's nice. Getting a standing ovation from the fans right there. They're loving Taya. You kidding me?
Last year, I've had a long time to self-reflect.
That's right. You did.
I was alone. Away from my friends. Away from my family.
That's right.
Basically seeing my passion and creativity being held captive.
A shot at the WWE. My passion and creativity being held captive, says Taya. Look at that. That's right.
This ring in Impact Wrestling, and I know who the hell I am.
I love that. Alright, and Andy says, fabulous Taya. And Ron DMD says, I love Taya. That's right, she's good, for sure. But I'm still mad about the fact that she took away the AAA Reina de Reinas title from Deonna Purrazzo. I'm kind of mad about that. But that's okay, because Taya is good, and she's a treat. Her matches are a treat to the fans, for sure.
I know my worth.
Yep.
And I know that sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to find the motivation to reach the top again.
Isn't that right? Isn't that right? She says sometimes you gotta hit the rock bottom to get to the very top. So again, shot at the WWE one more time. Rock bottom. They sent her down. Definitely did. Her and her husband released almost at the same time. So that has to be very upsetting. But now she's climbed her way back up again. I would like to see Taya versus Giselle Shaw in Impact Wrestling. Would be nice for sure, brother. For sure, I'd love that. Actually, I don't think it's going to be too far away. I think we could be seeing that match sooner than later. Most all former wrestlers are saying exactly. That's right, Andy. And Deonna Purrazzo, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Somebody had to come in and show Taya who the real champion is. A fluke, a 3-second fluke, cannot make Deonna Purrazzo not the champ. She still is a champion. She's been carrying and representing the AAA Reina de Reinas division and their championship for the longest time. And with that being said, look who's coming out here. Wow. DK. And if I was Deonna Purrazzo, I would get the hell out of the ring right now, because you don't want to be in the same ring as DK, that's for sure. Get out of there. Get out of there, Deonna. Get out of there right now. And Deonna was holding her title since she technically never lost it. That's right. That's right, true. She never lost it. Never did. WWE should have given Taya a chance on SmackDown. They should have. It's heartbreaking. You look at Taya. You look at Deonna, by the way. Deonna, too, was in the WWE at one time. She was there as well. And she's been through the system, and she just didn't like it there. And she loves it here. She enjoys it here at Impact Wrestling. X-Persona, brother, good to see you, bro. And he says the best Chop Fest was Kenta Kobashi. And, oh, that's right, Sasaki. That's right, brother. If we go way back here, way back. What incredible chop fest. And DK in the ring right now with Taya. Taya just fitting the mold. Wow. Interesting. That's interesting right there. And with that being said, Tasha Steelz is doing the dirty work. She never gives anybody a chance. She never gives anybody a spotlight. If anybody's in the damn ring and they're supposed to be fighting Tasha Steelz does not wait. And she comes out. And even though Decay and Taya were having their sweet little moment right there, Tasha doesn't have patience. And she comes right out. And Bobby says, Deonna Purrazzo with those big eyes. I love that right there. Deonna Purrazzo is the virtuosa, is the queen for a reason. With that being said, 1 hour and 10 minutes into the show. A good show so far. Great show. Loving it right now as we speak here. Alright, with that being said, we are back to commercial. Let's see how this goes down, guys. And as you know, these shows can go to commercials. Every single person on YouTube who does watch-alongs or whatnot can also go to their own little commercials, their little break. But me, no matter I'm doing a watch-along that is 2 hours long, 3 hours long, 12 hours long, I'm never going on a break, never going on a commercial. And you've seen it from me in the past. We've done 12 hours watch-along here, and I never go on a break because when the wrestling is so good, when the family is having so much fun, breaks are not needed, and they'll never happen. There's nothing that's gonna be breaking the streak. And Run DMD says, I met Taya at Independent Wrestling Show. Classy and beautiful woman, incredible. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that John Morrison struck gold when he met Taya. What a great woman she is, and what a great couple they make together. Really beautiful, very beautiful. And right now we are still on commercial. And as I said, the commercial get raunchier as we hit the 10 p.m. mark. Did us get raunchier for sure. Sweet. I don't know what that is. Alright. Bet MGM commercial right there. King of Sports Books. Okay, I see that. Bet MGM. I wouldn't advise that, guys. Predictions are good. You know, but we just saw the commercial for Bet MGM. I would not advise anybody to go for such applications or, you know, put money when it comes to predictions, because predicting stuff just for fun and games, for titles and for some prizes here and there is okay, but predicting stuff and betting stuff and putting money is not. So I don't support any of these betting applications or whatever they want to call it, sweepstakes. I can't support that. Yeah, not the best way. All right. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but 2K22 actually, they have the new DLC package with Umaga, with Omos, and all these people, with Casey. She's also a part of the DLC package. They are now a part of the roster and 2K22, and I did get a chance about 2 or 3 minutes to play out those characters, and they've done a good job, especially Umaga. I believe the last WWE video game that he was a part of was SVR 2008, if I'm not too wrong here. And to just see him back in a WWE video game is so special, and, you know, so good. They've done a good job with this character model. Really a good job. Alright, and we're still on commercial. Still to come is our main event. Still to come is our Josh Alexander versus Moose Impact Wrestling World Championship match, which we're all very excitedly waiting for. But up next, we already seen DK in the ring. We've seen Tasha Steelz, Savannah Evans in the ring, because up next is going to be a tag team match between the devious duo of Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans, who are going to be taking on DK. So let's see how this goes down. And apart from that, every other single match that was advertised for the show is already done for. So we are only going to be waiting for the Josh Alexander versus Moose match for the championship. Let's see how this goes down. Umaga, Rikishi, Yokozuna. That's right, X-Persona. Thanks for that. And Victor is here. Brother Victor, good to see you. It's been a while, sir. Hope you're doing well and hope you're enjoying Impact Wrestling tonight. It's a good show. It's a good match card, and everything about the show, it's on fire. And DK right now, very early on in the match, you know, they throw Tasha and Savannah Evans to the ringside. They're both going at it. I'm not too sure if this was a tornado match, but from the looks of it, it does look like it's a tornado, but it's definitely not. Yep, they're just going at it right now. Look at that. And Savannah Evans trying to fight back now, eats a big chop to the chest right there. And, wow, Tasha Steelz goes headfirst into the apron. Both of them, it's gotta be hurting. It's gotta hurt for sure. Yeah, look at that. Dem Boys debuted. I couldn't miss it. That's right, Dem Boys did. And they took on Heath Slater. They took on Rhino. And they picked up the big win. We're going to be seeing Dem Boys. We're going to be seeing the Briscoes now very soon. You know, probably under siege. We're going to be seeing them taking on the current champions. Violent by Design. It's got to be good. I cannot wait for that, Victor. Tonight's show is really special. DK's got to win, says True. I think so too. DK's got to win for sure. Andy says DK. I love to see Paul London and Kendrick versus Motor City Machine Guns. Yep, would love that. And DK, I'm gonna pick to win, says Bobby. That's beautiful. Everybody here says DK, and I think you guys all are right. Look at him. Look at her. Look at her just toying the champion. And you know, it's hard to believe. You look at the ring right now, and the way she's being toyed around, being tossed across the ring, sent headfirst continuously into the ring post. I mean, it's hard to believe that Tasha Steelz is your Impact Wrestling Knockouts World Champion, the way she's just being toyed around right now. I mean, come on. That's your champion? And Brandon told the referee is looking concerned. He's checking on Tasha Steelz, making sure she's able to continue. And Tasha Steelz says, yes, sir, I'm able to go ahead. I'm gonna be going forward. So let's see how this goes. And Victor says DK loses. Interesting. Let's see. So Victor says DK's got to lose. Everybody else says, Chris says DK's got to win. I mean, for them to lose, Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans really will have to pull a number here. They have to be hoping for a miracle, because right now, Tasha Steelz is being toyed around. Wow, it's got to suck for her right now. And the referee, Mr. Brandon, told with the count, the very slow count. 1, 2, and a kick out from Tasha Steelz right there. Let's see how this goes down. Tasha Steelz trying to get away and somehow makes a tag to Savannah Evans. Now, Savannah Evans is a hard hitter. Sees that she's a powerhouse. She should have never been tagged in, but she has. So I guess this is where the tables are going to turn around, and Victor could be actually, you know, he's the only one who said DK has got to lose. And I guess that could actually turn out to be true, because Savannah Evans in the ring right now, and she could turn the tables around. Now a little submission hold locked in. Wow, and Savannah Evans beautifully turns it around. With one arm, gets her up. Gets her up, and she's going to be tossing her, and she tosses her right down. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. Savannah Evans not going for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out at a 2. And the match is still going on right now. Look at that. Rosemary has gained too much weight. She's slower. I think it's hard to argue with that. She's definitely slowed down here. I think so too. Anybody else agrees with Victor? Do you think that she's gained weight? I think she's definitely slowed down a little bit. From the early years, I would say that she's definitely slowed down. And Tasha Steelz is now trying to, once again, wow, she is now in here, and she is enjoying the upper hand, because Savannah Evans basically did the dirty work and got her down, and now Tasha Steelz is here to pick up the pieces, going with the uppercuts, going with the big boots, the running boot right there, and Savannah and Tasha Steelz is still in control of the match right now. Went for the cover, but she got a kick out of a 2 right there, and Savannah Evans now tags herself in. I guess she's got to be doing some more damage between Tasha Steelz before she comes in for the cover. Because one thing's for sure, they would like for Tasha Steelz to get the win. So Savannah Evans is going to do the dirty work, but eventually it's going to be Tasha Steelz who will pick up the win. I would like to see El Desperado and Ace Austin one day for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title on NJ. I would love that. Bobby, that's the kind of a match that I would say the dreams are made up of, that kind of matches, that kind of booking, Bobby. Beautiful stuff. What weight has Rosemary gained? I'm not too sure about the weight. I wouldn't say that she's gained weight. I don't say that, but I think she's slowed down slightly. That's all I would say. But the weight part, I don't think that she's gained weight, but let's see. Not a fan of Steel as champion. Run DMG, it's interesting. I was super happy when Steel actually picked up the win, because it's so important, right? We were talking about Deanna, Mickie James, back and forth, and then we have a match against against Tasha Steelz, and who nobody saw would actually pick up the win, but she wins. And I was super happy for her. I thought that she would bring something very new to the table, very fresh, which I would say, along with Savannah Evans, she did to a certain extent. Very entertaining. I liked it. I enjoyed their partnership. And this lady, Tasha Steelz, has an ego, a sass, which is like you cannot compare it to anything else. She's good, but I feel like she's hit that ceiling real quick. And if she wants to shine bright, she's got to go above that ceiling, break that glass ceiling, and she's got to do something more to make it interesting. Because right now, I'm hearing this from a lot of fans that they're not a fan of Steelz as champion. She's got to do a better job. And right there with the spear to Savannah Evans. A double team move right there from DK. With that being said, DK pick up the win. True brother, Victor brother, you were wrong. The only person who said that DK's got to lose, and DK actually picked up the win. So there you go. What happened to the undead bride, Su Yung? I believe Su Yung is pregnant, if I'm not wrong. I like Steelz as champion, says True. I love that, brother. I'm a fan of Steelz as Knockouts champion. That's right. I love it. Yeah. Victor, that's right, she's pregnant. Thank you for that, Andy. DK is a faction that needs a makeover. Again, I've just spoken this about, I talked about this yesterday as well, and I just did about Tasha Steelz as well, that sometimes when you start feeling that fans are slowly losing that interest, you got to do something better. You somehow reinvent yourself. And while Steelz is going strong and doing good, but DK might need a little spice, right? They've got all the flavor, but the flavor could be turning out to be a little bland now. Because they've been around for a bit. It's something similar to the New Day kind of concept, right? They've been around for a bit and they've been doing so well. But again, if you have something up there for too long, the spiciness goes away and becomes bland. And I guess the DK have something to do with when it comes to the spiciness. Yeah, they're good. They're scary individuals. But a makeover or a bit of a spice is what they need, 100%. Gary, I agree. Andy 3-1, beautiful. True 3-1, 4-0. Bobby, invincible. And Victor says, can't wait to see Deanna. I cannot wait for it either. I'm afraid that Deanna might actually drop the title, which, wow. Speaking of dropping the title, I dropped my keyboard, so that was interesting. But yeah, definitely, I'm looking forward to that. And botch, you cannot have a wrestling show or a wrestling watch-along without your botches, so that's gonna happen. And that's right, Victor, I'm looking forward to the Deonna Purrazzo match. I'm afraid that Deonna Purrazzo might actually drop that title, but I'm still ready for her Dynamite debut. It's going to be special. It's going to be special for sure. Okay, and backstage with Tenille Dashwood, Madison Rayne, and Lashley. Look at that.
Than us. Well, you know what, Tenille? If there's no space around here, why don't we settle this where there's more space, like the ring?
She'd be happy to.
That's a cute trick, Tenille. You made your condescending voice come out of Madison's
Absolutely,
mouth.
Victor.
Your lips didn't even move. See you next week.
Oh, wow. Next week. Okay. So next week's show is already building up to be a good one. We're going to be having a big match here, featuring these women, these beautiful women right here. And, of course, we're going to be having the X Division Championship match also taking place next week. So next week's show is already building up to be a good one. And thank you, Victor. Thanks for that. With that being said, we are back to commercial. Are you kidding me? There have been so many commercials tonight. Oh, dear. But still, a good show, a great show. With that being said, I cannot believe that we have been doing this for about 1 hour and 23 minutes. So nearly, 1 hour 30 minutes, nearly 90 minutes of the show. Doesn't feel like it. It feels like maybe 20, 25. Really cool. That's right. Giselle Shaw, Bobby, I see those big eyes, brother. Giselle Shaw is going to be taking on Tenille Dashwood next week. It's got to be good. And this is what I was talking about, guys. Look at your television screens. Look at the commercial that's playing right now. It's so funny with Impact because the commercials get raunchier by the hour. And this one cracks me up. I see it every single week. It cracks me up. Come on. Who falls for this anymore? Who picks up the phone and goes like, you know what? Let me give these girls a call. Let's see how this goes down. Come on. Who does that? Anyways, if anybody does, good for them, because this is toll-free number apparently. So good for them. And Wilds.net casino gambling. Again, I don't support this stuff. I don't support the casinos. I don't support casino gamblings, no matter it's virtual through an app or in person. Something that I cannot support. Yep. And commercials still going strong. Commercial mania running wild here tonight at Impact Wrestling. Anyways, we were just talking about WWE and their DLC coming out. We know that the AEW game is going to come out sooner than expected, much sooner than expected. We all knew that the AEW game was supposed to be coming out in 2023, that's next year. But now they're saying that, you know what, hold up, maybe, actually, no. We're going to be putting it out sooner. And now they're saying that the game could be coming out perhaps the beginning of the third quarter of the year. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see how this goes. So, beginning of the third quarter of the year, I hope that they don't rush into the process. Really, I hope not. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes for sure. And Mariah May was on Twitch today. Twitch, huh? Interesting. And Marcy versus Wardlow on Dynamite. And Bobby, I want to see Mariah May. I want to see her in the ring against Deanna. I want to see her in the ring, against the Virtuosa, because we know Mariah May brings her own sass, her ego, her pride, and Deanna has a lot of pride in herself. A match between the two would be beautiful. Marcy versus Wardlow, that's right, Victor. Next week's show, you talk about AEW or Impact, stacked. And especially Dynamite is stacked. And, Dynamite and I have such a relation that a lot of times when I enter Dynamite, I enter with a critical mind. I'm not hyped, because I feel like sometimes AEW, you get hyped, it doesn't deliver, sometimes it does. But this week, I'm super hyped about AEW Dynamite because we've got Deanna Purrazzo making her debut, and Marcy versus Wardlow. It's got to be huge, and you can't teach that. Super excited about that. And True says, you'd be surprised, AJ, people get lonely. That's right. Yep, that's right. But to each their own, in whatever way, shape, or form, people are able to bring a smile to their face. I guess that's sweet. If they're not crossing the limits, if they're not doing anything that's uncalled for, and if it's bringing a smile to their face, more power to them, I guess. So it's okay. It's all, at the end of the day, it's all about, being happy. And if people are finding happiness in something, we're nobody to judge. So it's all right. I want to see Mariah May versus Chelsea Green. Would be nice, Bobby. That's, you know what? I say this, I've been saying this all night. Bobby should be a booker. Mariah May, Chelsea Green, you kidding me? And add Matt Cardona into it. By the way, wait a second. I was doing some research early on, alright? Because, I did the few interviews. I did the interview with the NWA and whatnot. So, currently, the champion, Matt Cardona, is the 99th NWA World Champion, the 99th NWA World Champion ever. And this is a very prestigious title that's been held by the likes of Harley Race and whatnot, go way back. So, the 99th NWA World Champion is Matt Cardona. The big question is, who is going to be the 100th champion of NWA, the 100th World Champion of NWA? Who would it be? It's got to be somebody big. It's got to be somebody very respected and reputed. And I'm pretty sure that this title reign of Matt Cardona is going to be long and stretched, because he's going to be pushing people to the absolute limits before somebody can be crowned the 100th NWA World Champion. It's going to be a big deal. But who will it be? Who is going to take the cake? We'll see. That's right, brother. The NWA World title goes back to 1905. And right now we're looking at the 99th champion. The 100th, we'll see how this goes. And we can see right there, Impact Wrestling Slammiversary. And I got goosebumps, guys. When I saw the Slammiversary promo, the commercial, I got goosebumps. Slammiversary is one of their best shows of the year. And I'm pretty sure this year is going to be no different. Congrats to Jojo and Bray Wyatt. That's right, Victor. Congratulations to the lovey-dovey couple. With beautiful stuff. I think Harry Smith. And yeah, like that. I think Harry Smith would be a very nice name. Would bring a lot of class. A lot of prestige to the title. I'd like that. Tom Latimer. That's an interesting name too, Bobby. Would like that too. And right now we can see PCO and his buddy right there backstage. cutting a little promo. Did PCO wear all that makeup just for that promo? Because that sucks. If I was PCO and they'd make me wear that much makeup just for a little backstage promo and not actually wrestle, I would be very unhappy. But it seems like it was only for the backstage promo. But because we are now entering, okay, we're going to be getting, Jonah versus PCO, and they're calling it Monster Balls. Monster Balls, that kind of reminds me of Great Balls of Fire. Next week, we're going to be getting Ace Austin versus Rocky Romero. Rocky Romero has invited Ace Austin to the the NJPW Super Junior, the series. Or he's been invited to that. We're also getting the Brian Myers versus W. Morrissey match that's going to be happening next week, in addition to the Giselle Shaw versus Tenelle Dashwood match, which will also be happening next week. So it's going to be super interesting. And Saturday, May 7th is Under Siege already. You kidding me? We just had a special pay-per-view from Impact Wrestling, which was so good. And within 2 weeks of that pay-per-view, we're going to be going Under Siege. Oh my gosh, it's official. We're going to be seeing Taya versus Diana. The AAA Reina de Reinas title is going to be on the line. We know that Diana Perez right now is the champion, but they could have very well easily made this a champ versus champ match. They could have very easily made this a title for title match, but they have not. So apparently, I guess she's going to be dropping the title next week at Dynamite. I think so. I think that Diana Perez is going to AEW to drop that title. Otherwise, this could have very well easily been branded as a champion versus champion match, which they're not really putting out there. R-Truth needs to be a 3-time. That's right, true. That's right, absolutely. You made me smile right there, brother. I would love that. We want to see Moose versus PCO. Chris, yeah, would love that. And speaking of Moose, speaking of the wrestling legend that is Moose, he is coming out right now. Wow, you should have asked for something else, Chris, and that would have come true, because Moose is coming out. The lights go out. Let's see. Let me turn on the volume here. Yeah, there he is. There is the animal, the monster, Moose. Man, I see Monster Balls was the match for Abyss. I see that. Thanks for that, True. And the animal right there, Moose, looking good. Yeah, look, I mean, if I was in the ring right there and I would see Moose entering, I'd run away. And I'm not even kidding, I would run away. I mean, just the look on his face, the way he just marches down the ramp, I don't think anybody does it the way he does it. I mean, he doesn't need any flashy entrance, he doesn't need any lights, he doesn't need any pyros. He is the fireworks himself, right? Moose is the guy. What a guy he is. What if David Flair becomes the 100th? Yeah, that's got to be interesting. But one thing is for sure, the 100th champion better be somebody who brings prestige and class to the title. Because the NWA and their championship has always been about the class. We go way back to Harley Race and whatnot. Go back to all those people who have held that title. It just goes on to show how prestigious that championship is. So for the 100th time, if somebody is crowned a champion, it better be somebody who deserves it. Not just, somebody just being handed it over. Not just somebody getting a roll-up victory or whatnot. It better be a hard-fought battle and better bring a lot of class and whatnot to the title. It's got to be interesting. 100th time the 100th NWA World Champion is a big deal. It's a big deal. I would like to see Grand Metallic wrestle on the Best of Super Juniors. Oh, I'd like that too, Bobby. Interesting. Alexander is probably winning, says True. I think so too. But the question is, if Alexander wins, what happens with Moose? What's going to be next for him? Because we know Moose was top of his game. We know that he hit the ceiling. Not even the glass ceiling. He had the absolute ceiling. The concrete ceiling of Impact Wrestling, I guess. So what's next for him? Is there something beyond that concrete ceiling? Has he done it all, said it all in Impact Wrestling? Does he move on from this promotion? What is he gonna do if he's not champion? If he's not out here defending the title, what else is he gonna be doing? That is the question here. AJ Damon Kemp is wrestling against Dante Chen tomorrow on NXT. Wow, okay. And Dante Chen, of course, the first ever Singaporean wrestler of the WWE, actually appears on Level Up every single week almost. So good stuff. He's getting the TV time, which is great. And Mr. K9 1948, that's right, love that. Yeah, probably a typer from Andy. Josh Alexander, my pick to win, says Bobby, love that. I guess, yeah, True says Alexander, Bobby says Alexander. Everybody, pick your picks. It is time for the main event. It is time for the Moose versus Alexander match. Let's see who is going to win. My heart says it's going to be Moose. My mind says it's going to be Alexander. And I'm going to go for my heart. I'm probably going to be making a mistake here, but I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to say Moose. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be wrong here. But I'm still going to say Moose. I am rooting for Moose. I'm rooting for the animal, Moose. But it's got to be Alexander for sure. Alright, still on commercial. Come on, Impact. Let's go back from commercial. Let's go back to the show. Come on, let's do it. With that being said, 24 minutes left on the clock. So there's a lot of time left for the main event. Probably got to be going off the air sooner than usual, I guess, because there's 24 minutes left. I don't know if this match is going to be 24 minutes long because, okay, still on commercial though. Still on commercial. Wow. There's a lot of lemon here. That's nice. It's so good. Lemon tea really is magic to your throat. Really good. I'm picking Alexander to win, says Chris. I love that. Andy says Josh. Everybody says Josh except for me. If I win, I'm probably gonna be I'll probably have to do the happy dance if I win because I'm gonna be the only one who picks Moose here tonight. So let's see. And right now we're getting the ROH package, ROH video package. I don't know if we're gonna be getting some highlights from ROH following Impact Wrestling. I don't know. Where are we getting a ROH package right now? What is this all about? Oh, okay. Ring of Honor Classics. It airs on the network every single Tuesday on Fight Network, so that's good. Okay, you know the ROH. I'm still haven't forgotten them. Still have not forgotten them about the whole inaugural ROH Hall of Fame class. I still haven't forgotten them about it. You know, of course, having all these people enter your inaugural Hall of Fame class is great. But what about the one guy who literally gave up his body, his life for your promotion? You're not even gonna acknowledge him for your first ever inaugural Hall of Fame class. It has me very upset. And Victor says Moose to ROH. Interesting, but I know Moose has always been that Impact Wrestling guy, so I would hate for him to actually go to another promotion. But it's, oh wait a second, Scott D'Amore, is that Scott D'Amore? No, it's not Scott D'Amore, sorry. I thought it was Scott D'Amore now. I would like to see AJ Kazana wrestle on NWA. Maybe he will wrestle on the pay-per-view. Always ready on June 11th. And NWA tapings on June 12th. Interesting. And June 12th. Wow, okay, so we're going to be having back-to-back pay-per-views, I guess, because June 11th, as Bobby says, it's going to be Always Ready. And June 12th, I guess, we're going to be having Slammiversary. So, back-to-back pay-per-views, 2 days. Let's go. Let's go. And Walking Weapon, the champion, the world champion, Josh Alexander, is in the ring. And so is Moose. The referee trying to keep them apart, at least for now, before the bell officially rings. But Josh Alexander is unfazed. He is just staring down at Moose. He knows he's got Moose's number. And he's looking just so confident. Yeah, this has got to be brutal for Moose. If he loses tonight, I don't know how he's going to be recovering from that. 2 losses back-to-back to Josh. I don't know how he's going to recover. And Victor says Alexander, George Hackenschmidt was the very first NWA World Champion. I see, 1905. 5th April. 1905, beautiful. Oh, wait. 4th May, I see. Thank you for that, Andy. Really, that's what I say. You know, you guys are the wisest, the absolute wisest wrestling fans that I've ever come across, Andy. And I really appreciate it. I say it all the time. I learn a lot from you guys. So, it just goes on to show I just learned something else. 1905 was the first ever NWA World Champion, George Hackenschmidt. Thank you for that, Andy. Beautiful. Isn't it about time for Sami Callihan? Oh, about time for sure. We did get to see a little bit of the teaser, what are they calling it? The MGV, whatever they're calling it. We did get to see that teaser for that person who's going to be appearing soon, and that's got to be Sami Callihan. And this is we have about 20 minutes left on the clock, so I guess a turn could be. I guess anything could come. Sami Callihan, or maybe a package with Sami Callihan later on between Moose and Callihan. Let's see what it goes. But right now, Moose is starting things off. He gets the first laugh. He pecks Josh Alexander up, gets him into the corner with those, offense right there, series of offensive moves right there to Josh. And Josh Alexander is kind of hurt, tosses him around the ring, and Moose early on showing why he's the animal, why he was such a, champion for such a long time. He's just proving it out there right now, and now going for the big chop to the chest of Josh Alexander. Moose, the animal, on fire. AJ, who's your favorite? You know it already, Bobby. Kamel. I gotta say Kamel. She brings a lot of class. She brings a lot of class and prestige to the NWA World title. I think she's fantastic. I gotta say Kamel. But let me know who's your favorite. Guys, let us know who's your favorite women's NWA World Champion right now. With that being said, Josh Alexander turns around. The one thing about this Alexander and the previous Alexander is that this guy is not scared of Moose. He's not. And a lot of the people who fight Moose, they're often scared of him. That's why Moose always picks up the win. Because even before he can get physically, dominating in the ring, he's already dominating them mentally. And already playing his mind games. And that's where people already lose the match. And Josh is not scared. So his mental games, his mental dirty tricks are not going to work out. Because Josh is not going to be scared. He's unfazed. He's going strong. And Moose right now is on the receiving end of the offense here. And Film Nation, BTS, it's been a while, sir. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Why are you sad? I cannot stand those sad emojis. I hope you're okay, Film Nation. I really want to see the US title and the IC title. That's right, Mustafa. Would like that too, brother. Would like that too. That's right, Film Nation. I cannot believe it either, brother. You know what? The part is that Andy told me about it in the comments, on YouTube, and I was like, Andy, I'm surprised, but I'm not really shocked because if you look at the recent work of Inspiration, I felt like it was out there that they were gonna leave. If not the wrestling business, they were gonna leave Impact. It just felt like they weren't feeling it anymore. And I guess that's exactly right. Maybe they're finding success in some other avenues. And what I can say as fans and people who appreciate the Inspiration or the Iconics, what we can say is that we should be supportive of them no matter where they go outside of the wrestling business. No matter they're going to be taking on some modeling work, acting or whatnot. We know they're going to be needing our support because the world out there is not... you keep modeling aside, you look at acting or other stuff, the world out there is not the easiest on pro wrestling stars, not the easiest, so we gotta be supporting the Inspiration and rooting for them. No matter what they do, they've got our support. And that's right, I'm definitely gonna be missing them in the squared circle too, and Film Nation, but gotta keep our chin up and gotta send some love to Inspiration. My favorite NWA World Champion is Thunder Rosa and Allison Kay and Jazz and Deeb and Camille and Santana again. Love that, Bobby. Love that, brother. Barbie Hayden and Camille. That's right. Camille, I'm loving how Camille is in the list for all of us. For Bobby, for myself, for Andy, because Camille is that good. And True says there's a Hebner in the ring. There's always a That's right. Oh my gosh. I totally missed that. Hebner is there? Okay, now we know a screw job could be coming. I love that. I'm gonna miss Inspiration, beautiful, attractive armpit. Oh, okay, armpits. All right. Well, I'm gonna miss Inspiration. I'm gonna miss their in-ring work, their personality. Everything that they brought to the table. They were great. They were great as a team. So yeah, that's right. Who do you think Bo Dallas will sign with when he returns to wrestling in the next couple months? I've got a feeling that Bo Dallas, his brother, are coming over to the WWE. I've got a feeling. I'm not too sure when Bo Dallas returns, but when he does, I think these are WWE stars. I think that they'll be coming here. Are they ever going to come back to wrestling? Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Well, I guess in wrestling, what we know is that never say never. We saw Cody Rhodes come back to the WWE. We've seen Ultimate Warrior after all the stuff. Now he has an award after his memory. We know everything that's happened between so many other stars, and it all works out at the end. So I believe never say never once again in this case too. Yes, the Inspiration is going away right now. Yes, they're saying that they're retiring indefinitely. But if things don't work out, they're bound to come back, right? But let's hope that it works out. Let's hope that they find success and happiness in whatever they want to pursue up next. Bobby says, I would like to see Bo Dallas wrestle. I would love that too, Bobby, for sure. 100%. Would love that. And I have, the memory that I have of Bo Dallas was, I was live at the Barclays Center. I believe this was a day after SummerSlam 2015, Monday Night Raw, and Brock Lesnar killed Bo Dallas to start the show. Suplex after suplex after suplex after suplex, and he got away from the ring, and the fan said, one more time. Brock comes in, suplexes one more time, he goes out, and the fans chant, one more time, and it repeats, the cycle repeats 3-4 times, and he goes back, he comes back, he goes away, he comes back. It was crazy. That's the one memory that I have of Bo Dallas, watching him in person. I want to see Sasha Banks versus Cora Jade. Oh yeah, Cora Jade, brother, Chris, she goes out there. I mean, she's a big star, and you know, her versus Sasha, her versus Bayley, Becky Lynch, Cora Jade versus AJ Lee, some of my dream matches. Would love that. Yeah. Bo Leave, that's right, true. All you gotta do is Bo Leave. That's what it's all about. That's what the world is all about. And speaking of the world, look at the world champion Josh Alexander is not really feeling it. Is on the receiving end of the offense. Moose right now is on fire. Look at that. Moose is in trouble. And now gotta go for the kick to Josh, and Josh grabs the kick, grabs the leg of Moose. Wow. And now with those big chops to the chest of Moose, Moose once again shook. Oh my gosh, big boot. Big boot right there for a Moose to Alexander. He gets him up. Are you kidding me? He power bombs him right there into the edge of the apron, the ring apron. Back first into the ring apron right there. And Josh is down. This could have very well ended in a count out. But Moose gets into the ring and rolls out for the referee to restart the count. And Josh has not gotten up since then. He's hurt. Let's see what this goes. And Thunder Rosa, my favorite NWA Women's Champion, says, Victor, I love that. Love that. And Film says, sorry, you know, Film, he loves, I see that. That's right, don't worry. And True says, and Bo left. That's right. And that's right, he left. That's right. I'm still waiting for Bayley to come back in WWE from her injury. That's right, Film Nation. I think she's ready. It's only a matter of when. But I think she's ready. Andy Orville Brown, not, oh, let's see that. Okay. Okay, love that. I'd like to see Roxy team up with Cora Jade. Yeah, 100%. I think they'd make it for a great team. I want to see Tatum Paxley versus Amari Miller. I guess we're going to be seeing that match very soon. So that's one match that I look forward to. And right now, Moose is killing it. He is bringing the pain. Look at that. Josh Alexander is in trouble. And Moose is having the laugh. He's having a great time. I guess he's feeling a lot more confident. He's oozing confidence as he scales around the ring, marking his territory in the ring right there. He knows he's got the match under control, and if he's able to pull this off for another few minutes, he might actually pick up the win. A big chop to the chest of Alexander, and Alexander takes it like a champion. Not so much. Goes down with the chop, and Moose is in control. Alright, thank you so much, Film, brother. Much love to you. Thank you for the support. Take care. It's the guy I said. That's right, Andy. Bo Dallas says he's returning soon in an interview with Dave Meltzer. And his father did as well. He said that his sons, that's Bo, and of course Bray Wyatt, Rotunda, Wyndham, you know, he said that he's not going to speak for the sons, but the truth is that they're far from over when it comes to wrestling. So they will be returning when the time allows, when they want to return, which promotion, when, how, where. The father didn't say that, didn't go into details, but he did say that Bo and his brother both will be returning sometime. And Moose trying to get that title back. That's right, Ron DMG, brother. He's fighting hard. He's fighting hard. Josh Alexander, I believe he could be getting this deja vu right here from Bound for Glory, because it was Bound for Glory where Josh Alexander took such beating. And I guess that deja vu is getting Alexander fired up as he is slowly trying to overpower Moose. But Moose is Moose. He's an animal, and that's why he just does not give up. He with a big kick right there. Big knee to the back of Alexander. Alexander is kind of hurt. He gets up to the feet, goes for the big punch to Moose. Moose returns the favor, punches Alexander, and Alexander goes down, guys. So it goes on. Wow! Josh Alexander with a big slap to the face of Moose. Now Moose felt disrespected. He hits Alexander with a boot to the face, and one more time, 2 boots to the face of Alexander. No respect whatsoever. Alexander has had enough. He is still on his knees. Moose looking on, I guess. Wow, and we go for a big slap to the face of Alexander. Alexander returns the favor and gets up to his feet. You know, it was the disrespect that got him fired up. He's right now running on adrenaline and nothing else but adrenaline. And now we see a big boot from Alexander to Moose. He's doing the unthinkable with the series of those, those punches and those big boots and whatnot. The pure lack of respect that was shown from Moose to Alexander has actually got him on fire. And now we're seeing a series of suplexes right there from Alexander to Moose. 1, 2. He's looking for the third one right here. Yeah, Moose is in trouble. Unlike Lash Legend on NXT 2.0, Bobby, that's right, she's a legend indeed. And Moose trying to turn it around, gets Alexander out of the way, and Alexander is not going to give up though. Moose still trying to turn it around. Alexander has him in a submission hold locked in right now. Moose trying to hit him with the boot, big boot right there. And Alexander, oh, don't tell me that. Alright, so the sharpshooter, the Canadian sharpshooter has now been locked in. This has to be the sharpshooter is locked in really cool, very well. Moose gotta tap out. He's gotta tap out here. Alright, we still have 8 more minutes before the show goes off the air, so I guess he's not tapping out yet. He's got to hold on for another 5 minutes, but so far, you look at Alexander, the kind of performance he's put out there. Yeah, Moose is an animal, hard to stop. But the performance that Alexander's put out there, I guess it's going to be hard to argue that Alexander's going to pick up the win. He's going to win. He's going to retain the title for sure. And that's right, Run DMG, even though Moose is trying hard to get the title, he's not going to walk away with the title. I don't think so. Each of one of the tag teams that we watching on pre-show want to wrestle again on NWA, the Heat Seekers. The tag team are from Knoxville. I could see them on NWA tapings. Well, if they're good, I'm pretty sure we will see them, Brother Bobby. Look forward to it, brother. Look forward to it. And right now, Josh Alexander. By the way, we do watch-alongs for all the promotions, including NWA. NWA, we watch the show together every single Tuesday, so make sure to be here as we watch the show together as a family. Every single show, every single day of the week, including NWA on Tuesdays. And now with a big chop, actually, Moose was going to go for the big chop right there to the chest of Josh Alexander. Alexander gets out of the way. He stands there like a champion. He asks Moose to bring it, and now he's taking the straps off. Look at that, straps are off right now. He says, bring it, brother, bring it, bring what you have. And now we're seeing the back and forth between Alexander and Moose. Look at that, thank you for the love. And Victor, thank you, brother. You have a great day at work, man. You take care, and I hope to see you soon. And right now we're going with the back and forth once again. And Alexander kind of looks dazed. And Moose also slowed down a little bit right there. May Valentine is awesome. Bobby, 100%, brother. Thank you for the love again. And once again is going for those elbow strikes to Moose. Both of them are like, wow, if you look at them, it almost seems like they're drunk. They're not able to stand on their feet. They're so dazed. They're so dizzy. But that's not because they're drunk. They're not drunk. They are actually dazed and dizzy from those big elbow strikes to the head. That's got to do something to your head, right? When that elbow meets your skull, I mean, your brain's got to go haywire. It's got to go all spinning. And that's exactly what's happening here. And now, wow, Moose, both of them were going for the same move right there, same maneuver, and Moose somehow was going to go for the rock bottom. Josh Alexander turns it around, and he's not going to go for the roll-up. He doesn't want to win the easy way here, and that's why he locks in the submission hold right there. The ankle lock has been put on place. Moose is able to maybe not overpower, but yes, overpower him. And Alexander goes flying face first into the second turnbuckle, the middle turnbuckle. Moose wow, he almost hit him with the rock bottom right there. Wow. With a finisher now hit from Moose. Josh Alexander is down as we speak. Both of them are out of stamina for sure. Moose should be covering him right now. Come on, Moose. Go cover Alexander. Don't give him time to recover. And Bobby says, I'm looking forward to watching Tasha Steelz vs. Havoc. That's right. Under Siege, Bobby. It's got to be a great event for sure. And Moose has Alexander in position. Alexander doesn't want to... Wow, you kidding me? Alexander doesn't even have the strength to stay on his feet. He goes down literally at the feet of Moose right there. Moose gets Alexander up. Don't tell me that. Power bombs him into the turnbuckle. Could we be seeing a change of hands for the title right now? Because Moose literally power bombed Josh Alexander into the turnbuckle, and now he's scaling. He's waiting for Alexander to get up. We could be getting a big spear from Moose here. What is happening here? I don't know, because Josh can't even stay on his feet. He's not able to maintain his composure. He goes down flat, down to the mat. And Moose, look at that, Moose. And Josh last minute turns it around, as we'd expect. We knew that Josh was going to retain, so that's what he does. The heroic comeback from Josh Alexander. That was a very botchy power bomb. That was one of the worst power bombs that I've seen in a while. And he gets Moose one more time, going for, okay, that's a nice pile driver, but one of the worst power bombs for sure. Going for the cover, is it over? That's a little unbelievable. We've seen Moose go through hell and back to retain that title. We've seen him go through the very best competitors. We've seen him, go through very big matches, very big spots, and still retain. And now he goes through a very botchy power bomb and the pile driver, and he wasn't able to kick out. You know what? I'm kind of not too happy about Moose not winning, but that's okay because the match was good. And Josh Alexander versus, I believe, Ishii, or whoever that had picked opponent will be at Under Siege. It's got to be a memorable, it's got to be a good match. So I look forward to seeing the next chapter in life for Alexander, now that Moose is history, now that he's gone and dusted, and Alexander will be moving on to bigger and better opponents. Hopefully, we will be seeing somebody wrestle Alexander. Wait a second. Who is coming out here? Oh my. Oh my, you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me. I cannot believe it. Look who is marching his way down right now. Oh my gosh. You guys were right. You know what, Bobby, Andy, you guys called it true. You called it. It is Ishii. It's got to be Josh Alexander versus Ishii at Impact Wrestling Under Siege. You were right. Bobby, I cannot believe how good you are at predicting stuff. You said it the very minute this was announced. You said it's got to be Ishii. It is Ishii. Josh Alexander versus Ishii. That's right, Bobby. Once again, your prediction was right. Alexander versus Ishii is going to be taking place at Under Siege. It's going to be a good match. Let's see how this goes down. If we look at the prediction score, true 4-1, 5-0 from Bobby. What a winner. And 4-1 from Andy. Beautiful stuff, guys. Now, wow, once again, Bobby, your prediction was right. You said it was going to be Ishii, and it is Ishii. Ishii versus Josh Alexander is going to be taking place at Impact Wrestling Under Siege. Amazing. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great special event. And leading into that event also, we're going to be having a lot of content, interviews, and more coming right to this channel. So stay tuned. We've got a lot of fun stuff happening. Once again, guys, I would like to thank all of you here for joining me for this watch-along. It was a great show. We had a great time. Actually, the show went off air about 1 minute before it should, but that's okay. We had a great time. The show was great. It was fantastic. What a great, show following a great pay-per-view that was Rebellion. Amazing show. Once again, guys, before we go off the air, let's give the show a little rating here. I'm going to rate the show. I'm going to rate tonight's show a solid 9 out of 10. I don't see that there were a lot of things that, that they could have done better. I think they were on point for a lot of the matches, for a lot of the bookings. They were on point. So I think I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. A very sweet, sweet show. Andy says, what a great chat. Thank you for that, Andy. Thank you for that. I'm glad that you enjoyed. And thank you once again to everybody here for being here, for choosing to spend the night with me and watching the show with me. So it's always a pleasure and an honor to watch the shows with you and do this watch along. Thank you, guys. And Andy, 9 out of 10, beautiful. 8.5 from True. I love that. Love that. Thank you once again, guys. You guys are the very best. You all take care. Bobby, 10 out of 10. I gotta give you a 10 out of 10, Bobby, for your predictions. You are the king of predictions for sure. And perhaps the next world champion. Andy, if I was you, I'd be scared of Bobby because he is coming after your championship. Once again, guys, thank you so much. You guys are the best. You take care. Have a good night. Sleep well. And I'll see you tomorrow for SmackDown, for Rampage, and Level Up. You take care, guys. Good night. Take care.